Well, we're live. Hey, everybody. This is Jim, also known as that thing, Final Neuron. And I'm laughing. Yeah. Going live was the period at the end of a very traumatic sounding experience. So the inappropriateness of the shift in tone is what's making me laugh. So what we do here, look, we can talk about your TV trauma later, okay? Um, what we do here is we do Star Wars role playing game based on the 19, what was it, Joe? 86,
That, something like that.
80, could be 86, 1986, 1989, something role playing game. It's very cool. So our guys have been involved in a very very questionable act of acquiring things off of a space station. And what they found out is that, well, there's this giant flood of strange people all wearing the same kind of clothes that they need to cram onto their ships. Oh, and the space station's going to blow up. And that's what they've heard so far.
Do we have any more time for a little more stealing? I mean, I could really do with some more stealing.
You can stay. No, that's
Well,
up to you.
while the approximately 100 people pile onto your,
Yeah.
your
Hold on.
ship.
I'm just gonna be 15 to 30 minutes. We'll block it out. I'll be back. Okay. So as I recall, the end of last session, all the people had piled out into the the hangar, the loading bay, and then everybody was getting funneled on to Ral's and Luke and Trask's ships. And I think the Starfighter boys were getting loaded up too.
Yep.
Does
After
that
I made
sound right?
a last minute run over to Ral's ship and to throw in some junk that I was going to split with him because it
Yes.
wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit with me.
It's a big oversized backpack crammed with like medium priced electronics.
And a couple blasters.
Oh yeah, blaster rifles and some blaster pistols.
Yeah.
But hey, if it's a big bag all full of it, it'll add up.
Maybe.
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 Okay. So also, as I recall, Ral was up at the top of the boarding ramp in his ship, kind of like directing traffic to get people to go back to the cargo hold.
I was herding cargo.
As one does.
As one does.
He hasn't bothered to tell them where the facilities are or anything because they're not people, they're cargo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm guessing Druto is like doing pre-flight checks or something.
Yep.
Or whatever it is he has to do to get that thing working.
Gotta take my hammer with me every time I go so I can get it started.
Hit it with a hammer. I'm always interested in what sounds it's making.
That's gonna take some more in-depth thinking.
Alert. Unauthorized personnel detected. Alert. The authorities have been contacted. Like that's the sound it makes when it detects the key in the ignition or whatever. Okay. No, don't worry. That just means it's working fine.
Right.
Just wanted to scare anybody off that might not supposed to be here. Okay. So finally the last people get up to the top of the boarding ramp, and they mostly went the direction that Ral told them to. Some of them are still kind of milling around in the entrance area where the loading ramp goes up. There's a couple of them sitting down on some of the seats nearby.
There, he's gonna go. Nope, back there.
I,
He's gonna he's gonna shoot
Okay.
him back
Okay.
into the
Okay.
back
Okay.
into the cargo hold.
Okay. Yes, sir. And they go back into the back.
Cargo
didn't
goes in
the
the cargo hold.
didn't the crazy guy that's kind of leading them out? Didn't he say that there were more automated ties outside waiting for us?
He
And
said
the
there
ship.
was. He said there might be more.
There might be more.
Okay, so I was gonna try to
He didn't
head
specify
out as
more.
fast as I could to kind of draw him and not
Okay.
get shot at. That's
So-
what my plan was.
So while Ral is trying to get everybody sealed up tightly in the cargo hold,
Yep.
you've picked up and head out. The other starfighter pilots are with you. They're heading out. So you launch out, and I assume you kind of do a cursory sensor sweep around the area.
Mm,
Don't see anything yet.
okay.
The definitely not an X-wing has also exited the hangar for once. So that should just leave the two freighters. Ral?
Right. Once the cargo is in the cargo hold, I'm going to get ready to take off
Do you lock the door?
to the cargo hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So some of the commandos have loaded up also. And they see you lock it. They're like, hey, what if we have to get back there?
Well, I'll unlock it then.
All right. We've got a few guys in there, so they can take control if they have to.
Besides, we won't be long.
Okay. So Trask gets out a little bit ahead of you. He didn't have as many people loading into his ship. And then you head to the cockpit and you spend 30 minutes doing pre-flight. You get in there and you take off.
Follow my checklist, number by number, methodically.
You get to the cockpit and the alien guy in the lab coat is in there sitting in like the co-pilot seat or whatever.
What do you think you're doing?
Yeah, we're relaying the information will come very quickly and response time is vital. It's
Well.
so the hello, he like taps his ear and then you can like hear his voice coming through the comm. They're beginning to release. They'll release starfighters are
Well.
coming.
Well, he's technically not cargo, so this is all right.
This is
I just,
Ral's
I just,
like, he's
oh,
not cargo.
Yeah, he's not cargo, so I can let this slide. So I'll just plop down in the pilot seat and get ready to take off.
Okay. And the comm went out to everybody. Druto.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep on my sensor sweeps.
Okay. And sure enough, a little TIE fighter pops out from halfway around the station and starts heading you guys' way.
Okay, I guess I'll try to head it off.
You figure he'll be to where the freighters are in 15 seconds or so.
Okay, that's pretty quick.
If you head towards him, that's like, a turn or two away.
Mm.
I have a mute button. So Bronk comes in over the comms. He's like, hey guys, me and Druto are gonna go take out this little TIE fighter over here. You guys hang back in case they start coming from some other direction. So it's just you and Bronk right now.
Okay.
And you can tell he's like putting on a little bit of extra speed to get ahead of you.
Okay. I'm gonna let him.
Okay. All right. Ral, you're clear of the docking bay.
Mm-hmm.
And you heard the guy say, like, starfighters are coming, apparently.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to accelerate up to what is it? High speed that
Sure.
I can still do a dodge. if
Yeah,
I
you
need
would
to.
be at cruising speed, and you can go up to. We're not really in rounds yet, per se. So you can go up to max speed if you want. You just won't be able to dodge.
I want to be able to dodge the big honking laser on the space station.
What an idea.
What an idea. So yeah, I'm going to keep it low enough that I can dodge, but otherwise as fast as I can go.
Okay. And it's open space out to the big, massive chunk of planet asteroid where the freighter is. So, like, you're not going to have you're not going to have to dodge anything on your way out.
Okay.
So you're not going to have to do any skill check. Okay. So Druto and Bronk are headed around we'll call it the left side of the space station. It's a giant ring shape. The docking bay you guys left is at the bottom, so-called. If you're imagining it from overhead, you guys have headed out towards the left. After several seconds, you hear, and then the little text scroll on your monitor says, "Yeah, there's one on the other side, and we're gonna find it. We're gonna fight that one too."
Okay.
And so
Probably good that we didn't all go chasing after the one.
And so he and Zuckalukal go chasing after that one.
Okay.
So both of you guys roll perception.
I am going to perceive. Yay.
I might perceive.
Do I
I rolled a. Wait, does that count?
do I get to re-roll my 6?
Yeah, sure. This is the equivalent of a skill roll.
That's not good.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I got
so
50.
Druto rolls a 1, a 2, and a 3. I've never seen someone do that as much as you.
He's hyper focused on that one.
Just good or bad that way. he's an odd one.
I didn't say to count. I said
to roll. Oh.
And Ral rolls basically a 15.
Yep.
So what was your total? 6? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Druto is totally not like being tempted to race ahead with Bronk. He's just kind of like looking at the tie coming and thinking about the dogfight he's about to get in. Ral kind of looks and thinks to check one of his scopes at the big turret atop the station, and it's tracking the direction that Druto and Bronk went in.
Awesome.
But it's very slow, and they're going around like counterclockwise around the outside of the station, so it's like way behind them.
I should try to get it to spin all the way around. Oh man, yeah. Follow me in circles.
Okay,
man.
so you notice that. So Ral has punched it, but not too hard. Headed towards the freighter. Would you like to respond to seeing the turret like turn away from having you in its firing arc? Like you could pick up speed if you wanted to.
I'm just gonna keep going at the rate I am going because I want to be able to dodge if if something shoots at me.
Okay, so you're playing it cautiously. All right, so you just keep going at that speed.
Yeah.
So
Can
the
I
TIE fighter, go ahead.
Can I talk over the comms?
Yeah, it'll have to be relatively short though.
Okay. I'll just say that big turret's tracking you, Druto.
What?
Yeah, that'll
Crap.
fit. He says that, and just as he says that, and you react, you're in firing range of the TIE fighter.
Perfect timing.
So you can use let's say if you can use a free action if you want to check on the turret, and that would be something like glancing out your side panel to look at it because it's
Mhm.
huge. You'd be able to tell, or like checking a scope or something. But it'd have to be like a half second worth of action.
I'd check my scope.
Okay, so you kind
I'm
of
going
glance
at a
down
TIE
at them.
fighter. I don't want to look back over my shoulder right now.
Well, it would be off to your right.
Oh, directly.
Yeah, assuming you haven't rolled, because you're going around the outside of the station.
Right. Right. I'll check my scope.
Okay, so you kind of glance at it, and sure enough, it's kind of like slowly tilting in your direction.
Okay.
Okay. And you also notice, another TIE fighter appeared not far away on your sensors.
Okay.
Okay. So you and Bronk are the ones there. Go ahead and roll your perception, and I'll do a silent roll.
Okay. I rolled an 8. My first one was all still a 1. I did 152 this time.
That's not so bad.
Hey, it's an improvement.
That's perfectly average. Slightly below average. Okay. So you go ahead and go first. And how many actions are you going to take?
Just 1.
Okay. And what's your action?
If I'm in range of the first TIE fighter, I'm going to shoot at it.
Okay. You are in range, so you shoot at it. Go ahead and roll your skill.
One of these days, I'm gonna be better at this. Oh, right. I've got pretty good skill at this.
Don't jinx yourself.
Okay, so
Fine.
I need to add in
Fire control, right?
fire control. Right. Okay. Holy crap.
Roll well.
Okay. I did it again. Hang on, that's not right.
How did you roll 7 zeros and get a 1?
I left the 6
Wait
off.
a second.
It had a plus.
Here we go. That's better.
Oh, that's much better.
Hey,
Okay.
there you go.
So you snap off a shot, like it just lined itself up. You fire at it, it's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yay,
Right.
damage roll. That's where we that's
Oh,
where we always roll high.
Damage roll all stars.
Well, does he get to re-roll his 6?
not on damage.
No, not on damage.
Okay.
I rolled 2 6s on my last one.
Oof. Okay. So you hit it, and it blows most of the right solar panel off of the thing, and it starts kind of like 3-dimensional corkscrewing.
Nice.
In fact, it's corkscrewing so strangely. Bronk takes a shot at it and it kind of misses. Like it kind of wings the other solar panel. He's like, "Oh, come on."
Oh man.
Okay, you were taking one action.
Mhm.
The TIE fighter fires, but it's like pointing nowhere. So it just kind of pew pew, and that's it. He doesn't have it under control, or it doesn't have it under control. The other starfighter is approaching. It's probably going to be able to get in range the turn after the one you're about to take. Okay, next turn. How many actions would you like to take?
Four actions.
No, just one. Just one again.
Just one. What action would you like to take?
So I'm
Full-
assuming that
Full dodge.
I'm assuming that I passed the corkscrewing one. Is that right?
Not exactly. You hit it far enough ahead of you that it's still in front of you.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot it again.
Or if you choose, you can say, I would have maneuvered to keep it in front of me. There's not really a way in the rules to track that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's more like if it would reasonably be tough for you to get a bead on it, you might need to make a skill roll. Okay, so you're gonna fire on it again.
You know what? No, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna accelerate back up to what's the third one? Cruising.
High speed.
High speed. I'm just gonna go back up to high speed and kind of orient toward the new one.
Okay. All right, so you head towards the new one, and Bronk fires at the damaged one, and he does manage to hit it, and it blows up. You're about a turn of movement ahead of him now.
Okay.
All right, so since you sped up, the next starfighter is coming into combat this turn, and another new starfighter has appeared on your sensors. Not very far away at all.
Same thing?
As far as you can tell. Like,
okay.
You see a blip. If you want to spend time looking at it and doing your sensors, you can do that.
If the other one's coming in my range, I'm going to focus on that one right now.
Yeah. The one that was already headed towards you is in range now because you sped up. And the other one is not yet. It will be in your range next turn.
Okay.
Okay. So you're in range now. How many actions?
I'm gonna take 2.
Okay. What is your first action?
I'm gonna shoot at it. I'm gonna punch it.
I kick it.
I kick the TIE fighter.
All right. Go ahead and kick it. Roll your kick.
Okay, so but I'm subtracting 1d6.
Yeah. It'll be your dice code and then minus 1d6.
Okay, my first holy well, that's a little weird. So I rolled 3 6s for and 1 6 against. So
for a total of 21. Like,
do I get to re-roll any of those 6s?
Well, your first one was a 6.
Wait a minute. Oh, there's a 5 in there. Okay. No. Oh, your first one was a 6, as he says. So you can add another dice. It'll be 1d6 plus 21.
Right. Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Great.
Yay! It's a
Again.
22 now.
So worth it.
So you again, like you feel like you're having a great set of shots here. You just fire straight and it hits dead on center. Roll damage.
14.
He rolls a 14. Okay, so you hit it and it kind of like bangs up the TIE fighter a bit, but not enough to cause any obvious permanent, like obvious serious damage to it. It's a bit damaged. Okay, and so the TIE fighter fires back at you. Would you like to dodge?
Yeah.
Do you want to use your well, I guess you kind of have to.
I have to.
Yeah, you can use your second action to do that. And so you'll roll it basically the same way you just did.
Right. Okay. I really meant to add these together first. Okay. I don't have these hotkeyed yet.
One thing that would be really easy, and maybe we'll do that sometime, is just give you like a little grid with a bunch of whole dice that you can punch in. And that's real easy, like 1d6, 2d6, 3d6.
Okay. Yeah, so I rolled a whole bunch of dice and I rolled 4 ones. For
But none of
19.
them were wild.
Yeah, none of them were wild. So 19.
So it fires at you, and you kind of, whoa, it can still shoot, and you kind of roll, and you're able to dodge out of the way. Close,
Yay.
not too close. All right, you've used up your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Next round. So now you've got one damaged and one undamaged TIE fighter in range with you. Bronk is also closed in, so he's going to be in the mix this time.
Okay.
How many actions?
2.
Okay. What's your first one?
I'm gonna shoot at the first one. The
Damaged or
one.
undamaged? The damaged
Damaged.
one. Okay. All right. Roll it up.
Okay. Scroll back through. Oh,
Okay. Excellent. So you fire at him, and it's a hit.
of course it
It's a
is.
hit. Pieces of it just go everywhere. And so now both you and Bronk have to do a dodge. So roll your starfighter piloting.
There went my 2 actions.
Sometimes. Hey, if you remember the old flight sim X-Wing,
Oh no, this is not
sometimes
right.
sometimes you got to dodge. Oh dear.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm gonna put this at a reasonable difficulty, and
this is so much funnier when I'm not the one rolling ones.
see, this is how I feel all the time. Okay, so most of the cockpit is headed right at you, and you kind of and you go evasive, and you're able to dodge it actually without too much trouble, but it kind of freaks you out.
Okay.
And Bronk has more or less the same reaction, except he's not quite so freaked out. Whoa! That's what he does. Apparently, he says something every round. Okay, and so the undamaged fighter fires at Bronk. Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Well, that's the first one that Druto's blown up by shooting at it.
Good point.
Your
He's
attack turned into an attack on you. That was your rule of one.
the only other one he's completely taken out himself was he died so hard it like ran into something.
Oh yeah.
The deadly dodge.
Like he's landed a lot of good hits, but he hasn't.
You
actually
also
blown
dodged
enough.
so hard you won a race. So yeah, he's had some weird ones and sixes. So I've got to look up a maneuver here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that's a total of okay. All right. Should I roll this?
He's performing a maneuver.
He's performing the Antilles maneuver. Okay, so the fighter fires at Bronk, and Bronk just kind of like whoosh and swoops over it. No problem. All right, and another starfighter appears on your sensors. About
Ooh.
this time, back with Ral, Mr. Trenchcoat. He's kind of looking at everything and tapping away on his data pad. And he's like, there a lot of starfighters. There were at least 60 more. They're all being released.
Does he say this into his comm?
Yes,
Okay. And he said 16?
60.
60.
Oh goodness!
60.
A 6 with a 0.
And we don't have any idea. Like he doesn't have a timer on the explosive device or anything, does he?
You could ask him.
How close am I to the rendezvous point with the medium freighter?
So it's been like 4 turns.
Mm.
So about 20 seconds. So you're about halfway there.
Hmm.
You're moving at
Okay.
your second to highest speed, right?
Right.
That would put you about halfway there. You're at the cruising speed of a starfighter. Maybe a little higher.
I'm slow, okay? I'm a freighter.
Han Solo's freighter isn't slow. Made the Kessel run at under 5 parsecs or whatever it was. Just saying. So, were you going to react in some way? You were asking questions.
Ral just goes 60.
And so most of this conversation that you're about to have is going to happen while Druto does whatever he's doing next. He kind of looks at you and says, the station had a complement of 80, and some are damaged, but they're coming.
Well, let's just get to the let's just get to the hyper jump point. We can sort out everything else after the first jump.
Oh joy.
And if let's see, if it's not like stored in my navigational computer, well, can I just go ahead and call up the first jump from my nav computer, I guess?
Yeah. So as part of the preparation, They handed out a bunch of like pre-calculated jump information, including the jump back
Okay.
out of this system. So you're not going to have to spend any time doing the calculation.
Okay.
The big old freighter also has some big old computers on it.
Good deal.
Does that answer your question? Anything else you wanted to say real quick, like in reaction to Mr. Trenchcoat, Mr. Labcoat?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So with Druto, back at Druto. So you've got a couple of starfighters, undamaged ones, in range right now. And it looks like there's another one that's about to enter into combat, like imminently. So how many actions do you want to take? So here's the funny thing. If this is me playing the old combat flight sim and you told me 60 more TIE fighters are going to be coming out one at a time, I would be like, I can take them.
Oh, one at a time.
That's what they've been doing. It's like every couple of rounds, a new fighter is popping out.
Okay. See, I thought it was like a big mass release.
Well, that's what they've been doing. It could change.
Right.
Of course, in the old flight sims, you would also not be flying a TIE.
Uh-huh.
This is correct.
I'm gonna take 2 actions
Okay.
and hope I don't keep rolling ones.
What is your first action?
I'm gonna shoot at the closest one.
Okay. Take your swing.
24.
That's a good roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So as with most of your shots, it's right on. Go ahead and roll your damage.
19.
Oof. Okay. So you hit it and there's not much left of it. Like it kind of blows the glass screen and a bunch of other things out of the front. Like from the front of the cockpit out the back. It seems like it's still flying, but you're not sure what all is there to be flying.
Nice. Okay. That's one.
And Bronk takes a shot also. Let's take a look here. Come on, Bronk. You can do this, Bronk. How did I not set that up? Knowing the codes and stuff actually makes it a lot easier. Okay, so Bronk fires, and he also gets a hit. And okay. Wow. Okay. So he fires, and it looks like a great hit. His shot hits like about the same place that yours did, but for some reason it just doesn't seem to penetrate. It kind of blackens up the glass at the front, but that's it.
That's such bad luck.
Thankfully, that was a damage roll. There were some ones in it.
Okay.
And so the surviving of the two fires a shot at Druto. So roll your starfighter.
Okay.
Okay.
32.
You have some kind of telepathy going on. Like you just
And No ones.
You basically dodge it before it shoots. It doesn't even come close. Yeah, it's a big time miss. All right, next round. You've used both of your actions. Bronk had one left, and he takes a shot. I still haven't got a button for that. Oof. Yeah, so he takes a shot, and it hits. It pretty much splits the ball cockpit in half. One half blows one way, and the other blows the other way. So that one's down.
Nice.
You have a TIE fighter that is nearby, and it will be on you at the beginning of the next round, and another one launches.
Okay. Is there any
Bronk
time
says
to call
something
out?
over the comm, like right at the end of shooting the last one. He's like, Druto, maybe we should run.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's get out of here. Because I have alarms blaring from the comm.
And so Bronk says, hey, everybody, fall back to the docking bay. We'll group up there and we'll take out anything that follows us. And so he kind of like does like a little bit of like a corkscrewing turn because it's him. It has to be complicated. And he starts heading back the other direction. And Druto does pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
with less flair.
Okay. Roll your perception.
12.
12. So you use a lot less flare. And because you're using less flare, you can tell that the cannon is pretty close to locking onto you. The big one on the station.
To both of us, I guess.
Your direction. It's a pretty big shot.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to call out to him specifically. Hey, Bronk, it's on us. We better move.
What? What's on us?
The big one.
And then the cannon fires. Everybody dodge.
Everybody.
Let me I need to recall how many bonus dice you get. I think it's 4, but I'm gonna check because there's a scale difference.
Okay. Am I going ahead and rolling my regular and then you add it, or?
Yes. Yeah, you'll roll your normal skill and then you'll also roll your bonus and add it together.
Okay.
If there is a flaw in this rule system, there's a lot of adding going on all the time, which is great for us having something to add it all up for us. I remember reading this over when I was a kid, and I was like, so you have to like add up to maybe 8 or 9 numbers every single time you do something?
I can't do that.
Of course, I stuck it on the bottom. 6. You get 6.
6 dice.
6 bonus dice to dodge.
Plus 6.
I only rolled a 40.
Well, I don't know how you're going to get through this one. Bronk is rolling a lot of dice also. So trying to remember what all, because you get to add your maneuver.
Yes.
Yep, that was a pretty easy dodge for both of you. And the TIE fighter is also going to dodge.
Please dodge into the laser. Please dodge into the
laser. It could dodge into the laser. This is possible. Rolling a lot less dice than Bronk was. Wow, he did a great job.
Oh,
how? Okay, so it fires, and everybody, including the little droid tie thing, automated tie, kind of dodges too, and the shot doesn't hit anybody. Have you changed your speed at all, Druto?
Not really. I mean, just for whatever for the dodge, but mostly
You-
that's going to be out of
Yeah.
the way.
Right. You were going at high speed, so I'm assuming you're still going at high speed.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and Bronk is also. And you guys are headed away from the little TIE fighter behind you. Like a couple of shots register on your sensors, but like you don't register them coming anywhere near you. It looks like you're out of their effective range. In fact, it looks like the TIE fighter didn't even speed up. It's just kind of going along at cruising speed.
Okay, nice.
And another new TIE fighter has popped up on the radar.
Okay.
Okay, Rao, you're getting really close to the asteroid now.
Okay.
And Mr. Labcoat says, this is our, we're here? Is this here?
It's on the other side.
Is it ugly? I don't want an ugly one.
What kind of freighter is the, like, is it, is it ugly?
It's a very large freighter. I'm sorry to say, it's even larger than it used to be due to having some things added to it.
I see.
So like this thing can carry something like 100 times what your freighter can.
Mm,
It has a large amount of carrying capacity. It's kind of like comparing a semi to a train.
gotcha.
Like they have their tasks. They're both great at what they do. And the freighter you guys are headed towards is a train.
Right. Okay.
Hold on just a second. Share screen window.
That's a great song.
Yes. It has 3 tones in it. Anyway. So that's it. That's the one. I've spent time getting the picture. I'm gonna use it. Okay.
That's right.
It's not that ugly. just big.
just big and spacious.
Very spacious.
Very roomy.
Well, I'll just well, she's not as good looking as the Raven, but she's got her good points.
Oh, he's kind of fidgeting with his hands.
I'm just gonna make sure he doesn't like touch anything in the control area. Just,
No, he's sitting there staring straight ahead, like wringing his hands and kind of washing his hands and
I'm just gonna let him stew.
okay. So the starfighters have made it back to the docking bay area, which means Bronk and Druto and Querulous and Zickaluckle have all reconvened, and they're heading back towards the asteroid as a group. There were 3 starfighters trailing behind the other 2 guys. It looks like they're fine. Like your buddies are fine. They haven't taken any damage. But yeah, and you take a quick look at your sensors. In total, there's like 8 out there right now. They're all strung out, so like they wouldn't all be on top of you at once, but oh, there's 10. There's 10 of them out there right now. And okay. So you're heading back towards the asteroid. The starfighters are, and you can see on your sensors that Ral is just about to edge around the end of the asteroid to where the freighter is. And Ral, you're in the cockpit with Mr. Labcoat, and he kind of looks down at he's still doing his thing, and he looks down at the data pad. He's like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the space station boom.
It's like he forgot about it.
Maybe.
It's done. And then he starts looking out the front of the ship again. He's still like wringing his hands and stuff.
Are Druto and them sufficiently far away?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're like a couple of kilometers away at this point.
Okay, good.
So you guys kind of look back to make sure there's no big chunks of things headed towards you. There's not really. Like there was an explosion, but like it cracks apart the station. It doesn't throw, I don't know, a giant ring of energy, across the entire area of the solar system. So you're fine. And
that wasn't so bad.
It would have killed us all if anyone there is dead.
Yeah, but we're not, so it's not so bad.
Oh. And so you round the corner of the asteroid, and he kind of looks and he's like, this is the one. This is the one.
He's talking about the freighter. You're
the one communicating with him. Why are you asking me? What?
Do I see am I in visual range of the freighter?
Yes. Yeah, like that came into view out your front port.
Okay.
As you're coming around the edge of the asteroid.
I say, yep, that's her.
Oh no. And he just kind of starts rocking back and forth. Oh.
Come on. It's just this once. Just this once. I'll pat him on the back. You'll be okay. Everything will be fine.
And so about the time you're getting docked with the very large, spacious freighter, the starfighters come around the edge of the asteroid as well. So Druto, you guys come around the asteroid and hey, everybody's here.
Awesome.
Everybody made it back.
After the explosion or the I'm assuming that the droid fighters, whatever, aren't going to act like they did before it blew up. Like, are they continuing on their current course? Did they stop moving?
So you've checked your sensors on the way over, I'm assuming, before you rounded the asteroid. And like they're still there, but they don't seem to be doing anything in particular.
Okay. Like they're not just like headed right toward us or anything.
They're headed towards you, but not very quickly. And some of them aren't headed towards you anymore.
Okay.
When you cross out behind the asteroid, you could try to finesse your sensors, but you lose the signal as soon as you pass around behind the asteroid.
Okay. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Everybody's together and they're pretty terrible. So I don't think it's a major threat.
So Ral has docked with the large freighter,
Hmm.
and the commandos. All right, can you get us in that cargo bay?
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna get these people out of here.
I'll open it up and say, okay, we got cargo to move.
Okay. So they go back and start herding people like onto and off of the cargo elevator so nobody falls. And then they start sending groups of people down into the very large freighter. And you're just going to watch. Yeah.
Yep.
Goodbye, cargo.
Bye, cargo.
Okay. So the people are all kind of like the everyone wearing uniformly brown looking kind of beat up clothes are just kind of like looking at each other, and there's a lot of like low level chatter going on. It's a lot of people. It's dozens of them.
Mm.
And so you just kind of, yep, there they go.
Yep, not my
all
problem
the-
anymore.
All the cargo, you what?
I said, yep, not my problem anymore.
So all the cargo that the troopers had gotten and all the people are off of your ship, and the troopers go with the last load. They key the elevator to come up. None of them comes back up with it. They just kind of wave at you as the elevator is headed on its way up.
Okay, did Mr. Trenchcoat go with them?
Did you notice? You want
I
to roll
would be
perception?
paying attention for that.
You would be paying attention.
Yeah.
You didn't see him come out.
I'll say, hold up, I think we got one more, and I'm gonna go back towards the cockpit to look for him.
Okay, he's sitting there.
Come on, you two. What, you don't want to be with your cargo?
You saw the ship. You saw it.
It's a
It's
fine
yellow. Nope, it's yellow.
It's not yellow on the inside.
What color is it?
It's blue.
Okay. And so he kind of blue is neutral. And so he gets up and starts walking back to the back. He kind of looks around. He doesn't really know where he's going.
I'll guide him towards the elevator.
Okay. So it's already closed up at this point. And
oh, they closed up on their side?
well, like they kind of waved by at you as the elevator was coming up after they had finished their last drop off.
But I said
So by now it's already closed up. It's your cargo elevator. You can just put him on it. It seems like you're still attached on the rings, and you did tell them hold up.
Yeah. I told them hold up.
Right. Well, I mean, you got to raise the elevator if you want him to go down it.
Right. Okay. So I thought like they had closed a hatch on their side or something.
No.
Okay.
There's like a big docking ring and so on.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll gently put him on it and lower him down to the other ship.
Okay. So he's kind of clutching his data pad, and he gets down and he looks back up at you and says, "You said it was blue.
Is it not?
It's not blue."
I thought it was
wonderful.
blue.
Wonderful.
See, everything's great.
This is off black steel. This is, I like this. Very good. Okay. This is acceptable. I need my quarters. And then he's down at the bottom and steps off the elevator.
Okay, I'm gonna get my elevator back and then undock.
You hear a crackle over your comms and says, "All right, and are you good to disengage?"
When I am, I will tell them that I am.
Okay. So you tell them, and then like the docking ring disconnects, and you're able to detach.
Gotcha.
And Druto, anything? What are you doing in the meantime? You guys have come over. The freighters are docking and such. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna keep an eye out for any stragglers, just in case they pop around the corner.
Okay.
Because I'm like, okay, I got shot at a lot by a huge gun, and there were 60 supposedly fighters coming at me, so I'm like trying to slow down a little bit, but I'm still kind of like, okay, just in case. It shouldn't be a problem, but just in case, I'm gonna keep an eye out for them for the last few if they pop around the corner or pop around the asteroid.
So more chatter comes over the comm. It looks like it's a comm just between you guys that are part of Blark's crew, and it's querulous and that little text scroll. Oh, that was like there were so many of them coming out, and it was boom, boom, and we got like 3 or 4. But boy, that was bad stuff. And Bronk is like, yeah, we got 4 or 5 on our side at least. But it doesn't matter how good you are. If there's 60 of them, they're just going to blow you up. So yeah. Besides, it's not part of the job. We weren't getting paid.
It's not like it's a competition or anything.
Yeah. And Zickalickel says, we never should have gone. Just jump in if you want Druto to say anything.
No, he's focused. Unless they try to draw him into it, he's
a little TIE
he's
fighter
watching.
comes out from the side of the asteroid.
Then I'm gonna shoot it.
It's not quite in your weapons range, but you can move to engage with it.
Okay, I'm gonna move to engage with it.
Okay, it's still heading in the same direction. So you
okay, I'm just gonna slow down and watch it.
You kind of okay. So you start moving to engage with it, and you kind of swing in behind it, and it doesn't go evasive or anything, and you realize it's going in a straight line. It's just going in a straight line.
I wish I had salvage gear right now. Tow this thing home.
Okay, so Ral, you've fully disengaged with the freighter.
Yep.
What you gonna do?
I'm just gonna hang out until we're ready to jump into hyperspace.
Okay. So Trask also docks, and after several minutes detaches from the large freighter. And then he comes over on the comm and says, all right, everybody, we had a great successful mission. We're going to be getting out of here. Everybody form up. We're going to jump in about 5. So I guess everybody forms up.
Yep.
And you make the jump. You exit the system. You enter into the next system, which is basically empty and uninteresting. There's no habitation there. And you're able to make the rest of your jumps without any problem at all. Only Glark's crew and Ral are headed back to Nar Shaddaa. So
Okay.
After the first 2 jumps, everybody else splits off somewhere else.
Do we not get payment in between, or is it how does that?
Glark's handling all of that.
Okay, Clark's.
Yeah, the contract is with his company.
Okay.
All right, you guys are back at Nar Shaddaa. Yay!
We
Wait,
didn't
it
blow
just got more
ourselves up.
dangerous. You just got home. It got way more dangerous. All right.
But at least I don't have to worry about a bunch of droids busting through the door or any of the doors at any time.
Droids breaking droids to get through the door.
I have other things to worry about, but not that.
Like your neighbors.
Mhm.
Well, you live on, yeah, I
Yeah.
assume you do live on Glark's compound, so that's
Right.
probably marginally safer.
Yeah, except from competitors, maybe, but from everybody else, it's relatively safe.
Industrial espionage.
So we started late and we're over a little bit.
A little
We've
bit.
been going an hour 5, so we're definitely over. So how about this? Next time we'll do character points and all that,
Okay.
and maybe
Sounds
a
good.
little
And
chat
payment.
with the boss man.
Payment. Get paid
For a job that was done.
A job done.
All right, good. Let's call it there. All right, everybody. We do this Monday nights unless like virtually anything at all happens, but we try to do it every Monday night. Next time we'll start on some other thing with these characters that are just not right. They're just not right. That's it. See everybody next week.